Welcome to the INNOTECH podcast series, your go-to source for the latest trends and innovation in education. Today, we're exploring digital parenting, how to guide and support children in a world filled with screens, apps, and endless possibilities. As part of the Digital Technology for Education of Parents initiative, or DT4E Parents, we'll talk about the challenges and opportunities for parents in the 21st century and how we can all grow alongside our children by building our digital skills, understanding the benefits and risks of digital technology, and becoming better learning partners for them. Hi everyone, I'm Emmy Anyanga Domingo. Welcome to another episode of INNOTECH Podcast. At INNOTECH, we continuously explore ways to empower educators and families in the digital age. We previously produced short videos and infographics on topics like online safety basics and parental controls. Today, we're taking it further with a podcast episode on parental mediation. Joining us today is a familiar face in our DT4E Parents Wheels and a memorable speaker during our 2023 INNOTECH National Teachers Month Forum. We are very thrilled to welcome Dr. Annalyn de Guzman Capulong, better known to many as Doc Lynn. Doc Lynn, it's really wonderful to have you here with us today.
Hi, thanks for having me again.
So, Doc Lynn, how have you been?
Well, it's always busy being a teacher and also a mom.
Okay, let's dive right in. My first question for you, Doc Lynn, what exactly is parental mediation theory and parental mediation?
Those are two things, no? Parental mediation theory tries to explain that parents actually exert efforts to guide and regulate and monitor their children's digital media use. So that's the theory. And parental mediation, it means that parents actually strive to practice strategies, no, to really regulate and monitor the children's digital media use. Actually, parental mediation started way back for television watching of children. But now, in the time of digital age, we have extended parental mediation in the time of digital age where children use especially touchscreen technologies like smartphone and tablets.
It's fascinating that parental mediation has been there for quite a while already. Can you share with us how parents typically use it? I imagine some strategies have changed a lot, especially that technology evolves very quickly.
Okay, so there are three classic strategies. So the first one is restrictive mediation, the second one is active mediation, and then the third one is co-use or co-viewing. So let's dive into the restrictive mediation. So restrictive mediation means that from the root word restrict, parents would try to restrict or limit their children's digital media use. How? Maybe set limits in terms of duration, how long the child will use the gadget, or it could be also set limits in terms of content, what app or what websites do they visit, and also maybe the location where they will use the gadgets. So that's the first one. And then the second one is the active mediation. Active mediation means that parents would try to explain or discuss with their children about digital media use, like safety practices, what to do when you go online, things like that. So it's really more a conversation. It's more really for older children, because for children, younger children, you can explain in a limited way, okay? And then thirdly, we also have the co-use or the co-viewing. So from the term co, so it means using the device together with the child. Initially, it was just, even mere presence, the mother and the child using the gadget together. But in the recent years, it has been revised to make it more meaningful. And it's already called Joint Media Engagement, or JME. So what is JME? So it means that it's not only mere presence that, the parent and the child are seated together using the device. There has to be a meaningful interaction, like the mother guiding the child when the child is using an app. Or maybe that the mother is asking questions while the child is watching a program, okay? So that makes it more meaningful. That's why it's called joint, okay? So those are the three classic parental mediation strategies.
That makes so much sense, Doc Lynn. And now I'm curious, do parents naturally adjust their mediation strategies over time? Are there patterns in how these approaches actually evolve as children perhaps become more independent in their screen use?
Yes, that's true. There's really a pattern. Studies have shown that the use of parental mediation strategies actually changes over time. As children gets older, the parents also adjust the parental mediation strategies that they use. So studies also show that restricted mediation in particular is used for younger children. And the active mediation that I mentioned earlier is used more for older children like school-age children or adolescents. And then the third one, the co-use or co-viewing or the joint media engagement, actually studies have shown more mixed results on that. So if we look into the first two, there's really a trend. Restricted mediation, more for younger children, and active mediation, because you need to explain to the child, that's really used more for older children. But interestingly, I had a recent study on my own. My study showed that restricted mediation actually became significantly associated even for school-age children until grade 6. That's interesting because Western studies would show that restricted mediation is only for younger children. So what does it tell us if we look at it from a cultural lens? That maybe, for example, in the Philippine setting, because I did it in our country, we value family, we value obedience, following our parents, valuing harmony. So parents would actually use restricted mediation even for older children, and in turn, older children can also follow. They don't complain that they're being restricted or given limits. So that's very interesting because we might take this into account if we look at Asian parents and Asian parenting.
It's fascinating to know how parents actually adjust their approaches based on their child's age as well as level of responsibility. Earlier, you've mentioned about restrictive mediation and that it's commonly applied for younger children. Could you elaborate on the specific strategies that parents use in restrictive mediation?
Okay, it's good to know that we can advise more detailed strategies when it comes to restrictive mediation. Based also on my previous study, particularly, parents can try 3 restrictive mediation strategies. One could be to limit the time. And I think this is really for younger children. Like, mommy would say, you only have 30 minutes to use the gadget. Or
I can relate to that, Doc Lian.
Or 1 hour to watch, okay?
Yeah.
After that, time's up and no more watching, no more gadget use, okay? So that's the time limit or duration limit. The second one is the content limit. You want to assure that the quality that your child consumes is very educational, no? Because I think every parent would like to ensure that children really learn using the gadget. So with the content, you want to know that they visit safe websites like YouTube for kids, or particular apps are only used by the child. That's why it's important that parents would also mindfully and critically download apps, because you want to ensure that the content is safe and child-friendly, child-appropriate. And then the third one is the location. We just have to take into account that the location would also depend on every family, no? In terms of the house setup, no? For example. So typically, parents would like to limit where the child can use the gadget. But I know it will be more challenging now because touchscreens are portable. But at least, best effort. So mommy would say that you cannot use the gadget 30 minutes before sleeping or in the bedroom. You can only use gadgets maybe in common area like living area, okay? So no gadgets in a dining area, for example.
Yes, that's exactly what we're doing at home.
Yes.
It's really screen-free and gadget-free if it's mealtime.
Oh, wow, that's great to know.
And we're trying to do that consistently. Even if we have guests, we have to also ask them, okay, if it's mealtime, we have to be gadget-free and you have to abide by that.
So everyone can focus on eating and talking with each other. But I would like to also add, in my previous study, I've also seen that restricted mediation in particular is significantly associated with low screen time of children. So it means that when parents would try to use restricted mediation, it can possibly lower screen time of children. But of course, let's also be mindful that each family is unique, and there could be diversity. So we also consider on how we can practice restricted mediation in a unique manner within your family. And I think above all, I've mentioned earlier all the classic mediation strategies. I think it's important to remind parents that there should be consistency practicing these strategies. I know it's easier said than done. You practice this consistently because we have other family members that we need to inform. No? So that's why it's also important that if we want consistency in fostering and implementing all these mediation strategies, that we also communicate properly with other family members so that everyone is informed on how to implement this. I always say that it's important to consistently and lovingly enforce these rules, no, in terms of digital media use.
Thanks, Doc Lynn. You've mentioned some valuable insights first on the 3 strategies of restrictive mediation, which are really based on location, time, as well as content. It's also interesting to know that most Asian parents tend to favor restrictive mediation as it brings to mind the role of cultural values in digital media use, understanding that it's not really just a concern of the individual, but it's a family matter. That brings me to another question. With all the new platforms and devices that are popping up, are there newer strategies that parents like myself can use?
Aside from the classic mediation strategies that I've mentioned, many studies also followed through. They suggested newer parental mediation strategies to be aligned with newer digital platforms like touchscreens. Particularly, there are 2 na I've also included in my previous studies. So these are the diversionary mediation strategy and also the technical safety guidance. The diversionary mediation strategy, from the root word divert, it means that parents can make the children do something away from the screen, something offline or something outdoor, for example. So what are the good examples of diversionary mediation? Like reading printed books, going out for outdoor play, going to the malls, or going see nature, going to the park, or even just at home and doing some activities with your children like arts and craft, or maybe playing traditional toys like wooden blocks, clay. There's so many possibilities. So the point of diversionary mediation is to keep them away from the screen and give them tech-free or off-screen activities. I remember when my children were younger, I do that. I would make homemade clay, and I know it's so messy, but it's so worth it because you can get to spend more time with the child, bond with the child. And at the same time, it's really keeping away from the gadgets. So we make clay, we make many creations from the clay, or even blocks. That's interesting. I could imagine in your case. What about you in your...
Yes. Actually,
with your child,
yes. No? At home, we always make sure that we make available all this. Also, the Play-Doh and all the crafts, the beads, and everything that, the work of her hands. My 8-year-old daughter.
Even the fine motor skills, no?
Yes.
Well, that's also great to hear, no? So, see, with the diversionary mediation, there are so many possibilities. And I would remind parents, you don't have to spend much to do diversionary mediation. It could be free, just going out to the park, no? So you don't have to spend much or buy, expensive toys, no? So just be creative and just be with your child, okay? So, and then the second one is that technical safety guidance. Based on my studies, technical safety guidance is the least used in the contemporary strategies. Why? Because firstly, when you say technical safety guidance, the parents would have to download apps that would control the duration or the usage of the child. So it means that the parents have to be somehow technological savvy. And let's be honest that not all parents are tech savvy. That's why in my previous studies, it would show that this is the least used. But in any case, for those parents out there who are tech savvy, who are willing to really embark on this technological safety guidance, well, you're free to explore, maybe research and download some, because there are some apps there that if you download and you install, it can actually you set the limit of how long your child will use a certain app, right? Or even go to the setting, and then in the parental control setting, you can actually restrict the websites that your child can go to. So these are, innovative but sort of technical ways. But I think out there, I would also call for those parents who are willing to do that. So that's the second option for as far as the contemporary mediation strategies are concerned.
All right. Thank you, Doc Lynn, for shedding light on the concept of parental mediation and the many strategies that parents can explore, such as active mediation, restrictive mediation, co-viewing or co-use, joint media engagement or JME, and contemporary mediation strategies. It's inspiring to see the diverse ways families can support their children in navigating today's digital world, depending on family dynamics, cultural context, as well as children's evolving needs as they grow, while also emphasizing the importance of striking a balance of ensuring that children benefit from digital opportunities while also maintaining healthy offline interactions. So before we wrap up, I must ask Doc Lynn, with all these mediation techniques and strategies, how do you think we can all contribute to ensuring that children's digital media use is safe, regulated, and meaningful?
Let me share you one of my favorite quotes. Nothing so fancy or grand, but I think most of us would be familiar with this quote. It takes a village to raise a child. And I think even in the digital context, we can still apply this quote that it takes a village to raise a child. It's not only the responsibility of parents to guide, monitor, and regulate their children's digital media use. It's a collective effort. It's a shared responsibility. I think even before the digital age, parenting is very challenging. But in the digital age, we still need everyone, no? So it takes a village to raise a child, even in the digital context. So aside from the parents, who do we go to? Educators, government and private institutions, as well as those companies who create these social media platforms, also play a critical role. No? So in other words, it's concerted effort, it's a shared responsibility, it's a collective effort. So it's very important that we all do our share. And let's face it, parenting in the digital age could be very overwhelming. So I think these parental mediation strategies would help us empower parents to concretely give them strategies that could possibly work given their unique family settings. I know practicing these parental mediation strategies is a continued learning process. We also remind parents that there are many things beyond their control. As far as they're concerned, they just try their best effort to apply these parental mediation strategies. And in the end, I think it would find comfort telling them that best effort still counts.
Indeed, it really takes a village, whether online or offline, to raise a child in today's world. That's such a powerful and timely reminder, Doc Lynn. So thank you for highlighting that digital safety is not just a parental duty, but a shared responsibility among families, educators, policymakers, and even technology providers. And to all our listeners, let's continue this conversation and take action even in our own ways, because every step matters. You can start by sharing INNOTECH podcast to other parents, guardians, or caregivers that you know who might need this. Also, follow us on social media for more resources and tips on digital parenting. See you in the next episode!